Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fish Tank. Very exciting times for Minion Masters. We are so close to Minion Masters 2.0. It's launching December the 12th. But before we get there, there's some important stuff that we need to talk about. Now, if you go into the game, you'll see a couple of news items. Save decks disappearing. Changes in how decks are stored means that with 2.0 release, all your save decks will be cleared. Back them up if you want to keep them. We're going to talk about that today and talk about how you can back them up. And also, this is not really going to affect many people, but if you did play the game on Discord many moons ago, there is the potential that you can translate that progress onto your Steam account if you haven't played it on Steam. But that is going to end soon. So if you haven't done that and you want to do that, you need to do that soon. Once we get to 2.0, that will not be possible to do so. If you want to do that, go to the Minion Masters Discord, go to the game support, ask for some help to get that done. So let's talk about the save decks. So with Minion Masters 2.0, everything will transfer across except your decks. So your card collection, your skins, your masters, your currency, your avatars, progress, everything like that will transfer across except your decks. So some people will use this as an opportunity to have a fresh start, get rid of all their decks and start again, but others will want to use decks that they've already built. Some of us that have been playing the game for a long time have many pages of decks. So if you don't want to lose them, you need to back them up so that you can then put them into the new game. How can you back them up? Well, there's not really a particularly easy way to do it, but there's a few different ways that we can approach it. So firstly, you can simply just screenshot your decks. Go through your decks, hit your screenshot button. Now, a couple of different things. I think if you press F12, you can do a Steam screenshot. And if you press the Windows key print screen, that will actually save the print screen image to your screenshots folder in your pictures, I think. So that's one way you can do that. And then, of course, you can just replicate that when you're getting to the new version of the game. The other thing you can do is use a couple of commands. So if we go to the game here, we type /cd for copy deck, cd, hit enter. That copies our current deck into the clipboard. So that means we can then go to like a notepad or a Word document or whatever and paste that deck into it. But we have to do that for each and every deck, so it's a little bit time consuming if you've got quite a few decks. So that's a couple of ways you can do that. Also, a member of the community, Matt, built an awesome little tool. Let me bring that up here. I'll put a link to this in the description so you can find it and check it out yourself. It looks a bit overwhelming, but basically just ignore everything apart from this section on the right. This little box here is all that you need to be aware of. So basically your decks are stored in the cloud. So you need to do two things. You need to get your deck savings cloud file, which is either saved on your PC at this folder location, or you can click on this link here and it will take you to the cloud where you can download it. Additionally, you need to get the card data file from Beta Dwarf. Basically, your deck will be stored as just like numbers, and then you need the Beta Dwarf card data file to translate those numbers into card names so it makes sense. So just follow the instructions here. Select the file for your deck storage, select the card data file, and hit extract, and then it will populate this section here with all of your decks, which you can just copy and paste and save them. A couple of things: wildcards are ignored, and as Matt says here, you shouldn't be using them anyway. So use this. I've been trying it, had a couple of issues with it, but I think the thing works fine. I just had some weird deck names that kind of caused it to explode. So there's a bunch of different ways to back your decks up, whether you're going to be screenshotting them, using the chat command /cd, or using this tool. You should be able to back up all of your decks. Now, it looks like with the new version of Minion Masters, I don't think there's going to be an import option for decks. So you're basically going to be backing these up and then manually recreating the decks. Less than ideal, but much better than losing all your decks. So hopefully people will see this video and at least be told that they need to back up their decks. We don't want people losing their decks. There's an in-game news article about it. It's been in the Discord. I've mentioned it many times, so hopefully this message gets there. So and yourself and your friends, make sure you let them know to back up their decks so they won't miss any of their historic decks that they want to keep. And I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to cover today. Just a quick sort of PSA just to bring this to everyone's attention. So make sure you do that. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for Minion Masters 2.0. Remember, it's launching December the 12th. It's going to be the prologue, the early access for us to give our feedback. That's when everyone that is playing currently is going to go across to the new version. So that's going to be PC players and Xbox players. We know mobile is coming. It has been delayed, but we're still hoping Q1 2024. So fingers crossed for that. And of course, don't forget with the new game, they're also launching the new plushie, which is the Nearveer plushie. There'll be links everywhere to get involved in that if you want to purchase that. And as always, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit a thumbs up, drop a comment if you want to chat with me. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all things Minion Masters related, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm Bad as a Fish, and as always, I'm awkwardly waving.